So anyway.
But that was before you got, I mean, you were still new then, you know?
Oh, I was fresh.
Yeah.
I was fresh. I was scared. I was timid. I came from that other company. And I was only in that, like, that was the company I've actually seen success in. And it was very hard to move. And like, you've seen triple amounts of success than I have. You know, you were in it longer than I was. You were about, what, 7 years in there?
Yeah, so almost to the day.
Yeah. That's amazing. And 2 years for me, and I was at the tail end where it started to go south, and the company started changing some things, and a lot of the guys that were in it from the beginning, kept their businesses and it was still strong, but a lot of the back end people started to feel it. And I wasn't, like, I'll be honest, I wasn't educated. I was not educated in that business. I wasn't. It was hard to find education.
None of us were. None of us were, because they didn't teach you about that. They didn't, and neither did our team. They didn't teach you about the industry. They didn't teach you how to be smart about business. They didn't teach you how to build and recruit up. They taught you how to post pictures and run groups. That's what they taught you. That has nothing to do with long-term business, in my opinion.
No, and the thing is, it worked. It does work. That does work. But some people, but majority, like 80% of people, I believe, can't do that. A lot of the people that are successful in.
Congrats on all your success in the UK, because I saw you over there.
Fitzy's one of the successful.
I've never formally met him. Never formally met him.
He's a good man. I'm the only thing I'm better at Jamie at is hockey. So that's what I'm going to go with. We don't know that yet, but I'm confident in that.
I'd be willing to bet that I can ride. I can jump a bike higher and farther than he could. I don't look like he does, though.
He's too handsome. Like, he's handsome. I hope I look like him at 45 years old. You know what I'm saying? Fitzy, we gotta razz you. So much respect for Fitzy. He's a very successful entrepreneur, and he's built a very strong organization and team. So big respect to him. So I remember, I remember when you came in and you're like, wow, you're like, this is totally different.
Yeah.
I want you to explain the biggest thing that really turned you to be like, oh, I can see it's a bigger picture. I see a bigger vision with this industry, because it feels like that industry, it's all up front, hot hype, emotionalism, and then it dies out.
Well, that's exactly
what I mean?
Where we came from. The whole business is built on hype and emotionalism. I mean, that's just the way they do it. Some companies do that and some don't. And I saw them do that in September when they had an event, and they said, oh, there's a new so-and-so coming April 2019. I'm like, it's like 6 months away. And I never agreed with that stuff, and I never agreed with rank not having anything to do with income.
Amen.
I think it's the biggest load of shit ever. Honestly, I do. It's crap. But again, that's their model, and it works for a lot of people. People that like recognition. I don't care about recognition. I was there to build a bank account, and the one recognition that I did get, they screwed up. So I couldn't win.
When you hit millionaire,
yeah, I couldn't win. I was like, whatever. That's not why I left. But over here, being only 22 months old and in 11 countries already, 12, I don't even know what it is.
13, almost 13.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about. I want to build something bigger than what we had. And I don't want to have to be taught to run free groups to do it. I want to lead and bring in entrepreneurs and business savvy people, because that's what I was able to do in the beginning. In our other company, but after 2015, it was impossible. It was just, the market was different. Everything was different.
Greg, I want to ask you something. You talked about free groups. Mm-hmm. Now, I know I run a buttload of free groups before. We have one free group in our company, and it's called Overcome Nation. Yeah. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about what it's done.
Do you know what I did? I'll tell you, but I went to the very beginning yesterday of the videos. There's like 300 training videos back there. I started at the first one when Rick didn't know how to flip his screen, you know, and he's like, I need to download an app. I'm like, no, you don't. But I watched like the first 7. I'm literally starting from the beginning because Kelly Wayne, who's a rock star on our team, apparently she's watched all of them, every single one of them. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go to day 1 and watch every freaking video back there. So what we have is a business school. Like our team page is a business school. And, you know, when you join this team, you get put in circles with people that made tens of millions of dollars in this industry over a 30-year period. I mean, we have people on our team that have been in this industry 30 years. We didn't have that where we came from. Everybody was new. It was their first one, you know. We have veterans over here that are teaching us business acumen, and it's
everything.
Yeah.
Well, our mentors were mentored by, you know, guys like Dexter Yeager.
Yeah.
Actually mentored face to face for years.
I know.
You know, and they're not changing. Like Greg, let's talk about that. Network marketing is a simple, duplicatable system. You can never change the model. There's one specific system, and that's the way you got to teach it. We get away from ourselves, and other companies get away from themselves when they start pushing you in ways that you don't want to do, when it feels unauthentic or inauthentic.
Yeah.
When you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
There's a simple system. Follow that system. That's the way the binary is built, or the tree is built.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yep. I think. Yeah. I think where we were, it just got so freaking complicated, and you know, and then when it got complicated, it was, let's run free clean eating groups and prolong the whole building process even longer, which I never did. I never ran a free clean eating group, but you know, when you see your downline doing that because what they're doing isn't working, and you know, I think, in all honesty, and you know, there's some people over there that are still able to crush it, but I think you got to be a marketing genius over there and be willing to work 80 hours a week. It's just for the time put in, and I've heard this over and over again from people that are over there and that have left, whether they joined me or not, just left. They're just like, it just wasn't worth the effort anymore. And it was all people that came in after 2015.
Yeah.
You know?
I came in 2016.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I was in 2011, and, you know, 2011 to 14 was awesome. You know, 15 was still a good year for me. The beginning of 16, I had my highest check, you know. It was like May 2016, but then that big event that they have in the summer, immediately like a week after that, that's when we started to see a decline. You know, we track everything in our business because it's a business, and we were seeing things, and there's some people that saw it even before we did, you know, and they ended up leaving long before us. You know, if I had to do it all over again, knowing what I know now, I should have left a year ago and not even bothered with the UK. I should have left last January. I don't regret doing the UK. We met some great people over there, and we went over there and had a great time. We were there for 7 days, signed up 140 people, and it was great, you know. But if I had to do it all over again, that was a waste. Aside from the relationships that we created, it was a waste of a year. It was a waste of a year for us, you know.
So my next question to you is recruiting versus teaching.
Yeah.
I know you're a powerful recruiter.
Yep.
But I believe that recruiting, like 90%, 95% of the industry teaches us recruiting, and they don't teach us teaching. What's your take on it? What's your stance on that?
I mean, I've seen people sign a bunch of people up and not do anything with them, you know, and you can't do that. Even in our situation now, even though, you know, Rick does all our heavy lifting, we still have to be there for our people. Like my sponsor is there 100% for me, and so is my 3 uplines above me, you know, and I'm there for my team, you know, and I try to reach out to everybody, but I just can't. But when they reach out to me, I'm working with them. You know, the way our comp plan is set up, I don't even need to recruit anybody else. I don't need to recruit. I have so many people right now. I don't need to recruit for the rest of the year or half of next year. I need to help people get their people. And that's what I've been doing, you know, all week this week, helping my people get some people on, you know, get them rank advancement. Because when they rank advance, guess what? They make more money, you know.
Well, Greg, I love that we're doing like blitz. I love that we're doing like blitzes, like we're doing the opportunity blitzes.
That's
all the whole team.
That was
That's
the single
best
greatest piece of teamwork I have seen in a very, very long time.
And we're gonna keep like that's so the duplicate. It's IPA, income producing activities.
Everything we do.
Everything we do is income producing activities.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking to other network marketing, speaking to people that are watching, speaking to the my network, Greg's network. If you're like honestly, you've got it. The majority of people are feeling the pain, even if you're making 6-7 figures, but you're spending, you're spending a lot of time training. You're spending, morning to night, still morning to night, still morning to night, wondering even if like this is my big take. This is my aha moment leaving from Orlando, Greg. Is what like people saying like I've talked to some people that are big earners in other companies saying, well, why would I come over there when I'm making 5 figures a week? And I said to them, I'm like, well, are your people making 5 figures a week?
Here's the thing. So on the corporate wall, whoa, you guys just did a 360. When all this volume started to happen over there, I put it out there right on the wall. And I said, listen, you guys that are making a lot of money, that's great. But when your people below you aren't making money, it's only a matter of time before you aren't either. Amen. There was a founding coach that quit in September, right? And, there's people that, there's a lot of people that want to do what I did. They just don't have the guts to do it. And I know that for a fact, and there's also a lot over there doing other MLMs secretly. I didn't want to do that. Yeah. I wanted to have integrity, and we just, it was one of the hardest decisions we ever had to make because that company changed our lives. I have no regrets other than I wish I left earlier. And that's not because of them. That's because of how I know we would be right now in our situation. We'd be better off. But then again, if we did do that, we made money last year. So you never know, you think, it's always a better decision going the other thing. But knowing what I know, I think we would have been better off if we left at some point last year. Maybe not, in January, but at some point last year, I think we would have been better off. Yeah.
Amen, brother. And like I said,
go ahead.
I'm a little late now, eh? You notice that? Am I a little late now?
No.
Can you hear me?
No, I think that's just in your own mind, bro. You good?
No.
Follow my eyes. Use your eyes. Follow
my.
And, here's the thing. And I didn't get any. It's funny because some of the women are so catty and it's like they're just nuts. But I haven't got any backlash from leaving except from one person, which I'm not surprised about. But if a company pays you if you go to work in the corporate world and you get hired at $100,000 a year, right? And then the next year they're going to pay you 60, and then the year after that they're going to pay you 40. Anybody with half a brain would not stay. Why would you stay, right? So that's our situation, and when everything was going down, the CEO was like, "Oh, you guys need to work harder." I'm sorry, that rubbed me the wrong way,
Greg, let's park on that. Let's park on that for a second. So you could be and this Rick talks about this a lot. You could be a level 10 recruiter. Like there's two ways you can go about. There's 2 things you got to remember. Your company's got to be a level 10. If you want to succeed and you want to have longevity in your network marketing business, your company has to be a level 10. Yeah. And then it's your job to become a level 10 business owner, right? If you're a level 10 business owner in a level 3 company, you're outgrowing your company.
Right. And yeah, so you pulled that one on me last year, I remember, and I'm like, oh man, I'm going to use that. I like that. Do you remember?
That's where I almost had.
Yeah, you almost had me.
I'm pretty good.
It's true, and I'm not saying I outgrew that company. I didn't. There's people over there much bigger than I was. But for me mentally, I didn't like puppet shows on stage. I didn't like a video that explains our team cycles with toys. Like it's just not. I can't bring anybody respectable that wants to build a business. You know, people that want to work out,
Amen.
yeah, but somebody that wants to build a business, like I'm talking to mortgage brokers now and high-end real estate agents that would never even consider going over there. And that's the people I want.
Amen.
You know, I got to the point,
Amen,
Tyler, my wife and I, you know, we woke up and we're just like, you know what, we're going to work out every single day. We don't care if anybody else does. I don't. And then, you know, you're not supposed to be there, right? I don't care. You know, I got tired of being a psychiatrist to people like, oh, I can't drink my shake. Really? That's the easiest job in the world. You can't do that? I got the wrong people, you know? I don't know. And it was a fun time for sure. You know, and it was just time to move on, and we have no regrets. We have no regrets, and a lot of people felt the same way. That's why there's 250,000 active people over there now after they had 500 something. It's not just me, you know.
Yeah, no, it's not. And the thing is, you know, when you're and you know the products, and we'll get a little bit of this. Last thing I want to talk about is products. You know, product wise, we are literally, you know, filling the gaps. And I don't want to get too in depth with it, but I want to talk about, you know, what's up and coming, Greg, 2019.
Yeah.
Okay? So
yeah. I know.
We just want to speak to, and if people are listening in, and if you're in my network, reach out to me. If you're in Greg's, reach out to Greg. What are your thoughts on CBD? What are your experiences on the CBD oil? I'm hearing great things about it. I'm not hearing too much backlash on it. But if you are someone that is experiencing that, you know, please reach out to us. We'd love to know more on your feedback of that. And you know, I just think it's you know, when we talk about the trends of company and products, you know, Dallin Larson gets it. He knows how to launch things. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying we're launching because we don't know yet. But we're just throwing the feelers out there. We know exactly how to hit a market. Robert Kiyosaki says the best. The trend is your friend. Hey, Greg, the trend is your friend. Get with people. Get with a business that knows trends, that understands trends. You know, we're in the $1 trillion industry of the health and wellness boom right now. It is a $1 trillion industry. And we are literally leaving the herd. If you want to touch on that, please do. I think,
you know, one of the things when we looked at this company, we looked at the products, and what we liked is, I got the little fold out. I'm in my wife's office because this was impromptu. She's got the tri-fold with all the products sitting right there. It's each in a specific category. It's not one category, right? And, you know, our products help people from, you know, 4 years old and up. You know, I can't give Energize to my 11-year-old. A pre-workout, you know, great product, by the way, you know, but I couldn't do that, you know. And here, you know, people have problems sleeping. You know, 63% of the population has problems sleeping. I don't